Developed and published by ToastieLabs, Coloring Voxels is a colouring in-game where, you guessed it, you colour in voxels in a series of short scenes. Once each of these scenes is finished, they come together to form a larger diorama. The game is currently available on Steam for free, and you can find store page information in the video description down below. Now with all that out the way, let's get on to the review and tackle the positives. The gameplay in Coloring Voxels is simple and relaxing. Some may argue too simple, but here we have a game that, as previously mentioned, is about colouring voxels to create a section of colourful scenes. The game functions as a digital paint-by-numbers game. You select the colour that you want to use, then click the squares you want to colour in. It is impossible to accidentally colouring a square the wrong colour. As such, you can just hold down the left mouse button and waggle your way to success, all the while being treated to some relaxing music playing in the background and charming art to look at, which gradually builds up layer by layer until it's completed. The gameplay isn't supposed to be complex. This is supposed to be a game that you can just sit back, relax and unwind whilst playing after a stressful day. And in that regard, I think that it really nails that for me. You can't really approach this from the mindset of, I'm going to complete this game in an afternoon, or I'm going to speedrun this. That isn't the point of a game like this. The point is to give you something to take your mind off whatever ails you in your waking life, as is the case with many other similar titles these days. And the artwork that you're building here is charming. It has a very cute look to it. I'm not really big on the whole Minecraft voxel aesthetic thing in general, but what we get here is really sweet to look at, and the big final dioramas that you're building up as you do each of these little scenes is honestly pretty well put together, despite the small scale that the artwork actually is here. I do wish that there was a better way to see the finished article rather than having to orbit around the level select screen, but with that said, all we get here is clean nonetheless, and is something I really cannot fault. With all that said, however, let us get to the negatives, and as previously mentioned, some may argue that the gameplay here is just too simple. Like many similar digital colouring in games, there's no real way to fail here. Like I said previously, you can't accidentally colour in the wrong square the wrong colour. Now on the one hand, this thankfully avoids situations where you're going to be trawling through layer after layer to find the square that you messed up with, but on the other hand, it does just mean that all you're really doing is spending most of your time just waggling a mouse back and forth to get the layers completed. Oh sure, you could do this in a way that's more precise, but in the end of the day, waggling is all you need to do. Now in fairness, the simplicity of the gameplay is the point here. Like many relaxing games, you're made to complete a simple repetitive task over and over again whilst relaxing music plays in the background. It gives you a way to de-stress and take your mind off whatever's upsetting you in your life. And frankly, getting upset that there isn't some kind of fail state or greater depth to the gameplay here is kinda short-sighted, I'll be honest, but there's still times where it can and will get very monotonous, especially when you get to those diorama pieces where you're having to complete layers that will just never be seen when the finished product is put together, or situations where you'll be doing layer after layer after layer of the same colour over and over and over again until you actually get something different, and things like that really do drag down the experience for me. And yes, this isn't supposed to be the kind of game that you can complete in one sitting. You can resume pieces of art that you've abandoned halfway through and come back to them later on, but with some of them, yeah, it is starting to feel like a bit of an ask when I'm being asked to complete 29 levels of the same colour before anything starts to appear. With all that said, however, can I recommend this? And yes, I can. Coloring Voxels is sweet, enjoyable, and a very chill game that has a lot of charm behind it, and is clearly made by developers that have a great passion for game development. But it isn't going to be for everybody, and honestly, I have no intention of going through some of the levels given just how much transparent blue that I need to draw for them. This isn't typically the kind of game that I play, but it was a relaxing and refreshing change of pace. Score-wise, it is a nice clean 55 from me, very enjoyable, but not for everyone. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comment section down below. Have you played it? Are you thinking of playing it? Let me know and we'll have a little bit of discussion. Thank you all for listening, thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye!
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favourite, subscribe, click the bell and do all the YouTubey stuff that YouTube wants you to do. Go on, it'll do me a power of good. Until next time, my friends, goodbye!